welcome to my road to WBFF Sydney. I'm Taryn and this is episode 4, 9 weeks out.
So this week is super timely to talk with you guys about the benefits of broadening your circle. And what I mean by that is, when clients come to me as a coach, it might be because they want a better physique, they want to get stronger, they might want to lose some weight, they want to lose fat, they want to learn how to track macros and eat more protein, whatever the case is. Now, as a personal trainer, I have a specific scope of practice that I have to stick to. And if someone comes to me with, specific dietary issues that are outside of my scope of practice, I will refer them on to a dietitian. Or if someone comes to me and has some pre-existing injuries that might hinder what I need to work on that client with, then I will send them to an exercise physiologist. So this week I'm seeing a physio because I have a sore knee, and I want to talk with you guys a little bit more about why that is the case and why I'm doing that, and why I think everyone needs to have a nice, balanced approach to the professionals that they seek to help them get their goals. So some background to why I saw the physio. I was skipping in my lounge room, as you guys might remember, and I ended up skipping for about 2 weekends in a row because we had so much rain. And the second weekend I was doing it, my knees were really sore on both legs, and I was complaining to wifey, but me being me, I just pushed through it. I still did about 15 minutes or so of skipping this one particular day that my knees were really sore. And then last Friday, just randomly, I needed to jog to get somewhere quickly, and it was like a 300-meter jog. It wasn't very far, and both my knees, after no pain at all for nearly a week, both of them really hurt. And when I got home, one of them was really swollen just in the area underneath my knee on the inside of my leg. So I went to the physio, which turned out to be the best thing I could do, because I tossed and turned as to whether, do I go, do I wait? It wasn't hurting when I was doing squats or lunges or any of my weight training. It was just certain angles that I was sitting on, and it was swollen. So obviously that tells me there's something going on. It was the best thing I could have done going to the physio. So it turns out, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name of the tendonitis that I have, but it's where the 3 of my hamstring tendons attach around to my knee, so underneath my knee, not that you can see very well here, but and it's an area where the bursar is, and it's just a bit angry, so it's a bit of tendonitis. So the physio actually said to me it was a really good thing that I went when I did, because what happens is, due to the pain, some of my other muscles can turn off because of the signal of pain that area is sending. So, the treatment right now is just to ice it, and also I've been given some exercises to activate my one of my quad muscles, and also my glutes and calf muscles. So there's a few exercises I've got to do this week until I see the physio again next week. And yeah, so good news is nothing too bad, just a little bit of management, but it was a really good thing I did go and see him now, because if those muscles had continued to turn off while I was doing standing, sitting, squatting, anything, then the potential for increased injury down the track is actually really big. So I'm really thankful that I went, and I think it's a really important lesson that I wanted to share with you guys today. As a client or an everyday person, if you have an injury or a pain that doesn't go away, or there's some inflammation there, see someone as soon as you can, because the on-flow effects, especially if you're someone who is exercising or walking regularly, or just, if you're someone who moves, which should be most people, but if something isn't right, get in and get it checked. As a coach, I encourage the minute that a client of mine has a niggle or has something that doesn't really feel right, I get them to go and see someone. So depending what it is, some people will revert straight to their GP. Oh, I want to book in and see the doctor. And often the doctor will get you to get scans and things, which is great. That's fine. It's not a GP's area of expertise though. And the last thing you want is someone telling you, oh, just rest. For me, that was my biggest fear this week, was that the physio would actually say to me, oh, you've just got to rest. Now, I actually knew that that wasn't going to be the case because this physio specialized in a lot of sports people. So I knew that they would give me some, methods to work around within my pain threshold, which was fine because I also knew that squatting didn't hurt or any leg exercises weren't blowing it up. It's also important that you don't always wait for something to be wrong to go and see these allied health professionals. So, you might see a chiropractor or an osteo for regular maintenance, or you might see a massage therapist for regular body maintenance. In your off season, in my case, I spent a lot of time working with an exercise physiologist just for a little niggle that I had. It wasn't an injury, it was a little niggle, something wasn't quite right. And we worked really hard in my off season to correct that and strengthen me in some areas that I was lacking. So you don't always have to wait for a problem to arise either. And broadening that circle of people that you have is only going to make you a better human overall. As a coach, if a client presents to me and says, hey, I've got XYZ wrong, or this is niggling, this is feeling, if it's not something that we can work through there and then or within a couple of days, I will refer them on. And I actually have a team of people that I work with that are far more accredited in those side of things than what I am, and people who, that is their entire scope of practice. So if someone has some really bad gut issues that hasn't fixed just through some general diet stuff that we've discussed, then I will give them to a dietitian because that's their realm. They'll get them to do blood tests. They'll get them to, that's what they do. And then on the flip side, if I have someone who has a particular, movement issue and it's not going away, then a physio if it's acute. So the pain is really intense there and then. And then if it's something that's chronic, so something that's been going on for a while, I will get that person to go see my exercise physiologist that I work really closely with, or someone that they're comfortable with if they have someone that they know. But either way, if you have a PT or an initial coach for your fat loss journey, that person is entirely okay to refer you, to send them to someone who's better equipped and better educated than they are to do that. That is the biggest piece of advice that I can give you, is if you've got a know-it-all coach, you're probably in the wrong spot. The best thing that a coach can do is tell you that it's out of their realm and that you should go and see someone who is far more qualified. And once you have seen that allied health professional, they should give you some sort of a referral document or a referral plan to then take back to your coach or PT that they can then work on and help to, further you in whatever it is your goal is, with the aim of being injury free or, in the best health of your gut as possible, or on the best, diet specific to you. So working together as a team and having all those people is something that I really encourage each of you to have.
I thought it'd be really nice to give you guys a little just recap of my week and how I'm feeling. So you've listened to me and my advice and my thoughts when it comes to using allied health professionals and my issue with my knee. But this week was actually, I don't know if it's because I'm into single digits and the 9 weeks kind of messing with my head, but I had a really tough week. We had a calorie drop earlier on in the week when I chatted with Tammy, and to be honest, I've really struggled. I've been really hungry all week. I've been really tired. So I had one night where I had a really shit sleep, and that just pushed me all week to just dragging my tail. I felt like all my workouts were hard. I still increased and progressed, and overall on paper, my performance was still great, but physically and emotionally, it's been a tough week. So And that could be hormonal, it could just be from the drop in calories. I mean, shit, it could be a number of things. But I think it's important that you guys know that it's not always as easy and peachy as we all make it look, or, you know, maybe I make it look, and I certainly don't mean to. But yeah, so I want to talk next week about some strategies around food and a lot of my go-tos when it comes to meal prep and all that sort of stuff. So I hope you continue watching, and I appreciate you coming on the journey with episode 4 for me, and I'll see you next week. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. If I get 100 subscribers, I get to say /Taryn Lee channel or something. So please subscribe. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any feedback, shoot me a DM on Instagram.